Today we are talking about favorites. And by favorites, I mean my January monthly favorites with a few carryovers from December. Actually, like one carryover from December. So, we're gonna just jump right in and talk about what I have been loving for the month of January. So first, I want to talk about some drugstore stuff because who else is liking the fact that there is so much new drugstore stuff out right now, and a lot of the companies that produce drugstore makeup have really stepped up their game, and right now, I could not be happier with Maybelline and Rimmel, to be specific. I am really loving this new Maybelline primer. This is the Master Prime by Face Studio. This is in the Blur and Illuminate. I believe there's one in just like regular blurring, and then there's in a blur and mattify as well, but don't quote me on that. This one, however, is to visually blurs tone imperfections and smooth skin surface. Lightweight, not oily formula, does not clog pores, prime skin for an illuminated start. And I am really into illuminating primers because I personally have dry skin and I am really not into mattifying primers, but I am into mattifying foundations, which is strange. I understand. But this one is really just illuminating, and really when you wear it on its own makes your skin look very dewy. It looks white on camera, but in person it is like this very pearlescent pink color. And you can see that, like, by rubbing it in, like, that area of my hand just looks glowy and healthy and dewy, if you wanted your hand to look like that. But, so I have been loving that. Another primer that I've really been loving is actually by Rimmel. And they have really, I think, stepped up their game. And being one of the lesser expensive brands at the drugstore, I feel like Rimmel has been able to put out good products and maintain lower prices, which I think is phenomenal. But one product that I've really been loving is their BB cream. This is the 9-in-1 version, but it is in Radiance. This is new as well. They have a mattifying one, and then they have just their regular 9-in-1 BB cream. But this is supposed to prime, smooth, conceal, help minimize the appearance of pores, provide natural-looking coverage, provide moisture for 24 hours, awaken tired skin, brighten the skin with vitamin C, and give a radiant finish. And it is non-comedogenic or comedogenic, so it's not going to break you out, which is good to know. I just read that for the first time. But I really like this stuff. This is, I think, what a BB cream should be. I pretty much have sworn off BB creams for a really long time, but I figured, hey, maybe this is like the Urban Decay Naked Skin BB cream with the illuminating properties, the one that I always use. And it would give that nice illuminated finish, but I was pleasantly surprised that this gives very lightweight coverage and just kind of really evens out the skin tone while providing coverage. I think this is fantastic, and I was pleasantly surprised. I have for sure been reaching for this over this. These both kind of do the same thing, but I've been reaching for this one much more frequently because I like that it gives coverage. Another product from Rimmel that I have been loving is the new Show Off Matte Lip Velvets. Depending on what part of the world you live in, these might be called the Rimmel Apocalypse. I know in, I believe, England and Australia that's what they're called anyway. I don't know if that's what they're called anywhere else, but here in the United States, they are called the Show Off. But anyway, I really like this. I liked the original formulation of these, the lip lacquer versions. I have several of those. But I really like the matte version as well. I have really been into matte lips lately, and I think these are great. They stay on for a really long time, and they kind of stain your lips, which I think helps lend to their staying power a little bit. The rest of the products that I have here are all high-end. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 3 of them are carryovers from December. I miscounted when I only said 1 in the intro, but anyway. The first one is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. I have been loving this, but I think this is the dumbest thing ever. That's pretty much the general consensus in the YouTube world, and I think the world over, that this little insert is dumb. But like, I don't want to lose it because I like knowing the names of the colors. But anyway, this is what it looks like, and the colors that I have really been loving in here specifically are this one, which is called Salted Caramel. This one is called Marzipan, and then I think, let's see, this one is called Semi-Sweet, and this one is called Milk Chocolate, and those are my favorite shades. I really like that they put a pink and a purple in here. It kind of is nice to have purpley tones. I love purpley tones, but I really love this palette, and I am going to be doing a Valentine's Day look with this palette alone because there are some really pretty pink and purple and kind of burgundy shades, like I said. The next product is also from Too Faced, and I believe this is limited edition, and this is the new Soulmates Blushing Bronzer. They came out with two of these. One is called Ross and Rachel, and the other one is called Carrie and Big, so it's kind of two of the most iconic romantic TV relationships out there, kind of like, you know, soulmates, that kind of a thing. But in here you get a very large mirror, which I greatly appreciate, and you also get a serious amount of product in here. You get quite a large bronzer, which I think is a very beautiful color, and then you get a very nice blush, and it's also a very nice color, and I really love that they embossed the TF in here, and then it's a very deep embossing of kind of like heartbeats. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I really like the style in here. The blush is beautiful, a bronzer is beautiful. The bronzer is not matte, it is a satin finish. So if you prefer matte bronzing products or contour products, you may not like this, but I will say it's not glittery, it's a satin finish, and I think it just blends beautifully over the face. I do have it on a little bit today. You can't really tell because I'm not really wearing a lot of makeup today, but I just lightly put this on to give some definition to the face. I think this is a very good bronzer for pale skin, which is really hard to find on the makeup market. Couple other products I have. These two are from Anastasia. Like I've said in a previous video, I have gone over to the dark side with my brow products, and I love these. There is good reason why these products are so hyped up. They are very good. Both mine are in medium brown, and this is the Dip Brow Pomade and the Brow Wiz. I'm going to do a whole separate video, brow routine kind of a thing, talking about both of these products. So we're going to move on from that to this product that I have wanted one of these for a very, 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 very long time, but have never been able to bring myself to purchase one because they are so expensive. But I finally did it the other day, and look at the packaging on this. I mean, come on. But this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Ethereal Light. I mean, obviously it's a white brick of powder, but I used it as my highlight kind of setting powder a little bit today, and like, can we talk about how radiant and just like glowy and like, ooh, ah, I look. But I really love this. I think it gives a very subtle and natural kind of a highlight, where something like the Mary Luminizer that, don't get me wrong, I love that. But that just is like a bam, look at the glow, look at the highlight, where this is very subtle and beautiful and makes you really look like you're glowing from within. It's fabulous. And then my last favorite is something that is kind of miraculous, or a miracle, that I purchased in the first place, and it is the Tarte Colored Clay CC Eye Primer. You all know that I love the Urban Decay Original Eye Primer. I did purchase a new one of these as well, because it was time to get a new one. But I love this. This is a stick form, and it's like a jumbo crayon kind of thing, and it has color to it, which is kind of amazing because it acts as a concealer and conceals all of those veins and everything. And this is very handy to get like the lower lash line and things like that. Areas where I don't usually prime because Well, I don't really need to, but I just have been since I got this. I really like this. This is, I think, a little bit more expensive than the Urban Decay one, but well worth the money. This is probably a repurchase for me. I really like this and have been really enjoying this. Now moving on into the misses for the month of January. This first product is not something that's necessarily a miss, and it's not that it doesn't work. I just personally do not see a need for this product in my life. And it is the Micro Mini Beauty Blender. I purchased this in a set that came with the original pink beauty blender, a black beauty blender, and a cleanser in it, and it was only 40 bucks, and which is a very good deal considering you pretty much got this and the solid cleanser for free. However, this is like the most gimmicky thing I have ever seen in my entire life. I get it. I understand what it's for. You're supposed to blend out concealer with it under your eyes or your highlight or whatever. It's supposed to be very precise kind of blending. That is what the pointy end of the Beauty Blender is for. Very precise, under the eye kind of blending. And to be honest, I prefer using the pointed end of a regular Beauty Blender over using this. I feel like I don't have any control with this because it's so small that I have to hold it like this, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. But I can see where people would want something like this. I just find this unnecessary and gimmicky because it does the same exact job as a regular beauty blender, but this I think is more of like more for your money because you could do your whole face and then you can do your precise blending under your eye or around your nose, those kinds of things. You know, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. The next products I actually returned because I had a severe allergic reaction to them. I don't know. It has to just be my skin or something in it that I was allergic to, and it is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder and Foundation. I don't know what happened, but I was going to do a first impression review of it, and I couldn't leave it on my face long enough to actually get a good first impression of it because it broke me out so bad, and like, I had to just take it off because my face got really itchy and started to kind of burn. So I just had to take it off my face. I took it back, got my money for it. I didn't want to have my face break out any more than it already did using that, so I didn't even try to use it again. It just went back to the store. Then the last miss for the month of January is this. This is the Rimmel Provocalypse, and I hate this. This is new from Rimmel from the drugstore. It's one of those liquid lipstick, really long wearing things that comes with a balm on one end and the color on the other. This really does last for 16 hours. However, it settles into my fine lines and then disappears out of my fine lines. So I have this really hideous contrasting colors on my lips. The color of this is beautiful, and I think it's a really good, like, intense pigmented product, but it just does not work very well on my lips. I don't know if other people like these or find that they work better for them, but I noticed that it started peeling off like where my mouth stays like wet, like the inside of my lip. It started peeling forward. The minute the balm wears off, it started to literally like flake off of my lips. It is definitely kiss-proof and food-proof and transfer-proof and all of that. However, my lips were so chapped after wearing this product that I really don't think I will wear it very often, and I just don't like, I should have known better because I don't necessarily like products like this. I just should have known better. So that does it for my hits and misses for the month of January. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what some of your favorites for the month were, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.